Yeah, we see the Australia team lining up here. Caitlin Bassett, captain at goal shooter, Greta Tippett at goal attack. Them two really tall shooting circle, two of the tallest in this whole competition. Watson at wing attack, Hadley at centre. She had a great game yesterday at wing attack. Branley at wing defence, Weston at goal defence. She was phenomenal, came out with so many ball. 5 intercepts for her. Bruce coming in at goalkeeper, came on in the second half of the game and really is that force of knowledge and noise at the back. For Zimbabwe, we have Takaiza, the phenomenal goal shooter, only missing 3 shots yesterday. Partnering her in Luvo, she was the star of the show with those no-look passes. Went off injured at the last bit, but seems to be fighting fit now. Saichemo at wing attack, Mulaji at centre, Karamba, wing defence. Looking at that defensive partnership, they're going to have a tall order against these 2 tall timbers in the Australian shooting end. But Karame at just 5'2", can she have those jumps to be able to get off with those balls?
It's interesting, isn't it? That's just the one change that the Zimbabwe coach has made in his starting lineup, just that switch at goalkeeper. But they were a delight yesterday, Zimbabwe. Just about brought the house down, and talking to their supporters afterwards, most of them are domiciled in the UK, but quite a number have travelled here from Africa just for the event. That's what you call support.
Indeed it is, and they brought so much life and atmosphere to this venue yesterday, but it was because of the performance though with the Zimbabwe team. They made them want to cheer.
Uganda made their entry into the Netball World Cup for the last time 4 years ago, and you kind of get the feel that Zimbabwe are this year's Uganda, if you like.
Yeah, indeed, and we see 4 African teams in this tournament this year, so they're starting to build, they're starting to develop, they're getting more funding into it so people can train more, and we're seeing that African flair on the court.
And that's what the netball world needs. We need more of the world in it.
Yes, indeed, Jenny.
Day 2 action underway. Zimbabwe in possession against Australia, but not for long. The tip, and the Aussies are away.
Straight off the mark. And this is what we saw from them yesterday. They were ruthless. They did not miss a beat right from the first whistle.
Lisa Alexander mixing her starting lineup a little bit, as she said she would, as you would expect she would.
Yeah, I mean, you want to use these games. We say no game's going to be easy going in, but Australia, I would say, do have the easier group of this competition, so she has that chance to mix it up, play different combinations early on, so that she can hopefully solidify come the latter part of the season, which is something last part of the tournament, which was something they missed at the Commonwealth Games.
Well, Zimbabwe doing well here.
Instruction goalkeeper.
And Logo will get another chance, but in fact she'll leave the duties to Takaiza. Zimbabwe on the board. So impressive yesterday. Joyce Takaiza, just 3 misses.
She was a shooting machine, wasn't she?
Instruction goalkeeper.
Of course, you have to think that very different opponents today. It was Sri Lanka yesterday at perhaps one end of the scale, and now the world champions. But I like what the coach Lloyd Makunde said, you know, if you want to play the best.
Yes, you do, and that's why you come to these competitions. This is why you train every day as hard as you do, because there's no point just stepping up and not playing the world's best. See where you are, see how you've improved.
Contact, goal attack on the arm.
Tippett just sweeping that out of court.
Contact wing defence. With the wing defence, yes.
Easy pickings for Bruce. And the long ball, Tippett finding her skipper, Caitlin Bassett, Lisa Alexander, Megan Anderson, they like it.
Varnish break, wing attack.
Amazing speed down this court.
Obstruction, wing
Good
defence.
defence there, but obstruction just caught on the edge.
And there you see that height difference very starkly.
And when Paige Hadley's on the edge of the circle, it's such a great target to have.
Contact, goal defence, goal third. Go
So early stages of this game, not quite so much for the Zimbabwe supporters to cheer about. But rest assured, they'll be having a good time in the stands here.
Contact goal attack, advantage offside.
So Tippett just helping Kwauramba offside.
Advantage obstruction, wing defence.
Oh, nearly there. Bruce coming out quickly.
Yes.
Courtney Bruce taking it clear. Yep, that's mine. Weston, that big tip.
Really tell the difference there, can't you, in height in that circle. But if they can win ball earlier up the court, stand themselves with much better chance of getting that turnover.
Well, there you see the goal defence for Lycidas Kwanga. She was outstanding yesterday. She played the whole game at goal defence, picked up 7 intercepts, and just was recycling that ball again and again.
Yeah, she was really running that baseline well, working in partnership with the goalkeeper to set up those intercepts. Good hands, disrupting it, but not quite able to get possession into Zimbabwe's hands.
Yeah, just showing a nice bit of elevation as well. Just over 4 minutes gone in this game. 8-1 Australia over Zimbabwe. And I think that was a footwork call.
It was indeed.
And those are the little things that Lisa Alexander, you know, you'd be pretty confident of a win in this game, but it's those sort of things you want to get stamped out.
Yes, it's those 1%ers where if you can practice in these games going in, as we see this insert aggressive, but not quite able to get a hand to that.
Advantage obstruction.
But you're right, you want to get rid of all those niggly bits, the breaking the line, the offsides, the footwork. Yes.
Good work, Zimbabwe. They needed to move it quickly, and they did. Zimbabwe reach. They'll be all hoping for their chance. Oh, but a couple of players got on court yesterday against Sri Lanka.
Stay on side for
that was good there, just testing the waters.
Yes.
Even though it was such a high pass, the contact was called. So Taser gets a penalty pass or shot.
8-3. Australia, early stages of this. Oh, well done.
Contact.
You can
wing defense.
see for yourselves that Zimbabwe can jump.
Yes, elevation right there.
Oh, lovely lean from Courtney Bruce. So
Advantage
Australia
contact.
just meeting a little bit more resistance after
Contact
these early
shooter.
stages. And here's contact call against Bassett.
Yeah,
Advantage
2 in this
moving
quarter.
shooter.
She'll really want to knock those down.
You could see
Zimbabwe.
the little pointing
Zimbabwe.
from the wing attack. And the captain, Siacha Tema.
Lovely, quick hands, direct balls to Kaiser. Oh, but she can't finish it.
Obstruction goal shooter.
Well, a woman who only missed 3 goals yesterday has her first miss today.
Advantage obstruction goal shooter. Advantage offside goal shooter.
Lovely running on by Hadley into the hands of Bassett.
Good ball placement there.
Bring it in.
Into the back place, close to the line, but enough height on it. %, from Caitlin Bassett, 7 out of 7.
Not able to control that one.
Goal line.
Maladi just wipes her hands on a dress, and we've seen a lot of that yesterday, didn't we? Just the ball becoming very slippery.
Yeah. We used to have towels sewn into our dress, so you could wipe your hands down the side.
Advantage obstruction
It's hot
center.
out there on the court.
Very innovative.
Australia. Yes. Advantage contact wing.
Halfway mark, first quarter, 10-3. Australia lead Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe come to this competition ranked 13th in the world. And you can rest assured they'll be wanting to improve that ranking. Western pounding. And this is better from Zimbabwe.
Maladi there, she was pivotal in getting that intercept, and she's there in her goal assist to Nduro. Great play from the young centre.
You just get the feeling that they're finding their feet now, Zimbabwe. Not finding the goal though on that occasion.
Yep. 2 misses now.
Goal shooter beside.
And you'd have to think, Pam, that probably says something about the quality of the defence and the defender.
This is another level. Courtney Bruce, West Coast Fever, goalkeeper. Oh, wow! Great running play there from Kawanga.
Goalkeeper.
The big step in. Oh, not that time either, but good work.
Oh!
But look how it started.
Look at that, just keeping her foot in court and laying it off to her partner.
You can rest assured there'll be a few scouts around this arena and they will be looking at the Zimbabwe team, and you think that there are a number of professional leagues around the world now.
Definitely, trying to boost their squads, add a little flair, add a little experience and some amazing talent.
I think those are Australian Mexicans, are they, in the crowd? Like the hat. 11-5, just over 5 minutes remaining in this first quarter.
Oh, not enough height on that one. Takeza did really well yesterday, I was hearing, and how she was holding her angles. She just needs to step that up and not allow Bruce to get flat on her so that she can go up for those intercepts.
Wing.
Oh, that is Gretel Tippett's just second goal of the game.
As we see here, she was just standing behind. Bruce had all that front space.
Advantage early entry, goal attack.
Patient build-up from Zimbabwe. Like Barbados, known as the Gems. In fact, the Barbados Gems will be next on court up against New Zealand. Nice little tip there from Bruce, I think, saying she should have pulled it in.
Yeah. It's great to see when they're disappointed with themselves, even though they have done something so well, they want more. They actually want to pull that ball in.
Oh, lovely little bounce pass from Ndlovu. And here she is.
Oh, just rolling off the top.
Contact shooter, penalty.
And again, Bassett being called for contact.
She's going to need to change up what she's doing. She knows the umpire is looking for that now, so come off the body, do a little bit more movement before the ball arrives, so not just caught.
And that's a better feed.
Much better, and it gives her confidence, doesn't it? Yeah, so we see that contact that she stepped into.
It's so hard to tell, though, isn't it, sometimes, and particularly in the circle, you shooters and the defence. I mean, how the umpire can see now which was the first push, which was the second, or do you just let it go? That's the difficult part, and there's a lot of times I would say, well, she pushed into me first, but they didn't quite see that first one, and they see the retaliation, or you trying to hold yourself. But you've got to adapt. 100% shooting so far from the Australian skipper. Ndlovu, the little bounce back.
Goal defence obstruction.
Good from them both. Just using her body position and a lovely offload.
Obstruction, advantage goal.
So 2.5 minutes remaining in this first spell of play.
Obstruction, centre, penalty
14-7.
pass.
Australia, they rocketed out, didn't they, at the beginning of the quarter. Zimbabwe have perhaps held them a little in the latter stages.
Obstructions, wing defense, penalty. Outside.
See that obstruction from wing defence, they're too close. Even around the edge of the circle, you have to be that 3 foot. Nice swing.
And look at Ndlovu, she was there with her hands up, but not doing anything to try and get the ball.
Yeah.
Advantage obstruction.
No, to finding that other shooter. She had the highest speed in yesterday's game.
Offside, wing defense, free pass.
Oh, that's it down.
Advantage obstruction,
Back up.
centre.
Long way to come back
Obstruction,
up.
goal
for
defense,
Caitlin
penalty,
Bassett.
inside.
She got up quick though.
Yeah, she's been a great servant of Australian netball, Caitlin Bassett. Remember her coming onto the court at the 2011 World Cup and breaking certainly New Zealand hearts in that final. Rock steady, shooting the winning goal. And look at this from Ndlovu.
Great pass. They're finding their feet, aren't they, Zimbabwe? Lovely. Wowzers. That's skill right there.
Well, you can see why they're here, can't you? They've qualified, they've played through the African regional playoffs, got here ahead of the likes of Botswana, Zambia.
Advantage obstruction.
Australia, well, they simply have never missed a World Cup.
And both shooters sat on 100%. Caitlin Bassett 14 from 14, Gretel Tippett 2 from 2. Just
Advantage
so
offside.
consistent.
Contact goal shooter, penalty.
Oh, no, that's another contact call. I don't think Bassett can believe it.
Time.
Rudo Karumi will be very pleased with that call as she takes the penalty pass. And it is the last act of the first quarter. It is all Australia over Zimbabwe, but the odd flourish, Australia leads Zimbabwe 18-9. Zimbabwe underway again. This time it's a better start with the centre pass. Australia leading 18-9.
Obstruction, wing
And we
defense,
saw in that
penalty.
first quarter, didn't we? Australia rocket out to, I think, almost 8 unanswered goals, but then they were pegged back.
They were indeed, and it came off turnover off the Zimbabwe centre pass, but coming into this quarter, they make sure that their first centre pass goes in.
The jump pass from Tippett to Bassett. You'll see a lot of that over the next week or so. Oh, lovely little push pass from the skipper, Siech Tamir. This is a good start for Zimbabwe.
Much better.
April Brandley now on for Australia at goal defence. Beg your pardon, wing defence. As she was in the first quarter.
She was. That turnover here from Zimbabwe off the Australian centre pass.
Obstruction, wing attack, penalty pass in the third.
So there don't appear to be any changes, I think, from either coach.
No. Wow, she just keeps her toe on the line.
Oh, no, I wonder too if Takeza was lucky to get away with no contact call on that one. That seemed to be quite a push-off from Bruce. Oh, look at this. Here comes Zimbabwe.
Yeah, 4 goals off the bounce to Australia's 1.
Contact wing defence.
And if you're a Zimbabwe supporter, you might like to take a look at that quarter score now and just stop it there. 4-1.
Obstruction. Contact goal defence.
And these are where, you know, these situations can get dangerous for the higher ranked team, isn't it? Because the lower one, they've got nothing to lose. They get a little bit of, you know, support behind them, and they can be away.
Yeah, they're playing with no fear. They, as you say, nothing to lose, so they can just go out and play. And sometimes that frees you up.
Contact centre.
Nice,
Nicely done, Bassett. Good regather from
Barney's
Tippett.
offside, goal attack. Wing defence, contact, wing defence. Wing
Claris
defence.
Kwaramba being called, needs to stand down.
Pressure there from Muadi on Paige Hadley. Oh! Yes, Weston. She sat up nice and high in that centre third. She saw this coming so long and was right there for the picking.
Oh, smart from Ndlovu. Good hands to Keza. Oh, that's a great shot. Smallest woman in the shooting circle. 2 big, long, lean Australians leaning over her.
Yeah, that was a great quick ball that was played in over the defensive heads.
Liz Watson finds Tippett. Interesting to see how Lisa Alexander is juggling Watson and Hadley. Watson got a run both at wing attack and centre yesterday. Getting the start here today at wing attack.
Barney's contact. Keeper contact. Him.
So Karumi called, backing in to Tippett. Aussies take the advantage in the second quarter. 6-5, 24-14 in the game.
Barney's obstruction centre.
I love the way Felicitas Kwanga just attacks the ball. Well, it was a nice idea.
Lardy overcooking that pass. It was working, that quick feed in, but the execution wasn't great.
Barney's obstruction, goal attack.
Good high ball into that backspace. Bassett held up nice and high to give her that space to run back.
Contact. Contact goal defence. Contact goal defence as well. Goalkeeper and defender. Both out. Both out. Beside her.
Contact goal defense, penalty pass.
Oh, nice little cut along the base from Takeza, and she finishes.
Yeah, shimmied across that baseline.
12 from 17 for Joyce Takeza.
Barney's contact.
First miss of the day for Bassett.
Contact. Varnish goal.
But she gets the rebound and the contact and scoring again. Australia have been strong on their rebounds, 3 to Zimbabwe's 1. So mainly in the defensive end, obviously they've only just missed that one shot.
Yeah, the Australian defenders did well there, realised that both of them could have had their hands on it. Of course, it's fine if, as long as you pull away quickly. The old silly rule of, what was it called? The old rule when you both held onto the ball and it was a penalty. Anyway, it's gone.
Oh, toss-up.
No.
That's opposition.
Yes. It'll come to me.
Obstruction wing defence.
Halfway mark, second quarter, 29-15. Oh, great trip.
Contact centre.
Kwangwa again.
Kwangwa's got such lovely elevation, hasn't she?
She sure has. 24-year-old.
Pushing off goal shooter.
Again, another attacking contact from Caitlin Bassett.
Obstruction, goal defense, wing defense, penalty.
Zimbabwe are confident with the ball. Like we see with Malawi, they're not afraid to just play it around until it opens up, but that one needed a little bit more composure.
Bruce again from the back. Unleash the diamonds.
Oh, wow. Great intercept from...
Well, look, there are parts of this play that I don't think the Australian coaching team will be pleased with.
As we see here, Sayecha, boom.
Contact goalkeeper.
I suppose in some respects it is difficult playing a side. You've never seen them before. You don't know how they play. And I'm sure they will have lots of little unorthodox idiosyncrasies that take a bit of getting used to.
Very true. Their first World Cup. And it's a very different style of play to an Australian. Oh, but Bruce.
Well, that was classic Australian.
Yes, yes it was.
Watson, no shooter in now, Tippett's in.
Varnish obstruction wing defence.
Nice take.
Varnish contact wing defence.
Bruce, yeah, just timing-wise, 2 hands on that one.
Hold time.
Just nothing Ndlovu could do. 30-16, Australia over Zimbabwe. Just over 5 minutes remaining in this first half.
Contact goalkeeper just inside.
Karumi needs to stand down. Plenty of Australians in the house.
Obstruction, goal attack, penalty pass, and the third. With the goal attack.
Felicitas Kwanga with the
Yes.
pass. Has the reputation of being a silent killer, and I think that reputation could be shared by Courtney Bruce today.
Varnish contact goal defence.
She's sitting on
Goal
3
defence
intercepts now
contact.
for this game.
Just the one for Kwangwa
Obstruction.
so far today.
Advantage goal.
Kwangwa and Karumi are really trying to play that kind of, they
Contact
double on
on
Bassett, then
defence.
they pull off onto Tippett, come back on again. But when that ball moves as quickly as it did just then, so easy to find Bassett.
Varnish break wing attack. Footwork. Throw in.
Tippett thinking it came off a Zimbabwe hand for that throw-in, but Zimbabwe so quick on the break.
Well, Ndlovu found herself in so much space. Dancing in the rafters.
Look Look at this, straight down the middle, boom.
Contact, wing defense, send a third, penalty. With the wing defense,
So often you think that this game of netball is for tall players, but Zimbabwe, they're the shortest team here in Liverpool. And look, it doesn't seem to matter. It's speed, it's agility, it's elevation.
That's exactly it.
Throw in.
Getting quick on the ground, those quick passes, getting around the defender. They've got hops too, though, as you say, in that elevation. So you don't have to have the physical height.
Another one for Courtney Bruce, although it really did fall into her hands. I love that pass of Weston.
Tippett made that look so easy.
Caitlin Thwaites looking on. Sure she'll get her chance. Yes, and Watson just had made that critical, but she just looked down, didn't she? She thought, oh, I don't know if I'm in the right place.
Yeah, you just got to look confident and slyly slide your foot off the line. Good take there.
Contact on attack.
Contact, wing defense, penalty pass. Instruction, goalkeeper, penalty pass. No.
One more for Zimbabwe.
They hit 9 goals.
So the shooting percentage for Decades was certainly down on yesterday's. Yeah, she was way up in the 90s.
Yeah, now sitting at 75%, 15 from 20.
Really, Bruce collecting quite a bit of ball simply by being in the right place, isn't she? Although she's perhaps forcing Decades where she doesn't want to be.
That's right, yeah. She's putting a lot of pressure before that ball comes into the circle and then moving off quickly. And it seems to just land in her hands, but it is the work that she's doing beforehand.
Wing attack. Wing attack.
Now sitting on 6
Goalkeeper
intercepts.
contact.
Bassett still just the one shot she's missed, 24 from 25.
Footwork.
Watson looks straight in and finds Bassett. And chance for another one
Wing
here.
defense contact. With the wing defense. With the wing defense.
Hadley trying to take that one quickly.
Time's a ticking.
Yes. Keeper, contact me.
So there'll be a penalty shot. Bassett adds one more. So at the break for half-time, it is Australia leading Zimbabwe 39-18. The second half begins between Australia and Zimbabwe. The first time these two countries have met, 39-18, and what a lovely twirl. And it finishes with a goal. And this is Pauline Jani, new at goal shoot in her 50th test. So what a great moment to have it against the world champions.
Wow, congratulations, Jani. The layoff, famous from Tippett, but just doesn't go in for her, but Bassett is on hand for the rebound.
A few other changes for Zimbabwe too. Sharon Wanali on at goal attack. There she is in possession. So a changing in the shooting circle for Zimbabwe. Yes, Johnny just stole one step too many. Oh, snatched back. Outstanding. Well, this possession for Zimbabwe, all due to the work of Clarice Kwaramba back at wing defence. There's the Australian lineup now, just a couple of changes. Jamie Lee Price on at wing defence, Kelsey Brown on at wing attack. So Brandley and Watson going to the bench.
And we see the changes there from Zimbabwe as well.
In the shooting circle, as mentioned, Guanali and Jani. So let's see what this combination can do for the Gems. Actually, the Diamonds versus the Gems.
Some precious stones on the court. Kelsey Brown's come on at wing attack.
Obstruction, wing defense, penalty.
And that was nice timing from Karumi.
Contact goalkeeper, penalty pass.
Penalty count quite high, 25 for Australia, 30 for Zimbabwe. They're getting up close and personal, and that's one of those contact
Obstruction
calls
centre.
on the edge of the circle.
Advantage obstruction wing. Contact goal attack, penalty pass.
So contact call by, or against I should say, Tippett.
Obstruction shooter.
Because not having an easy ride down there when they're on the defensive.
Well, it's that adjustment thing, isn't it, Pam? And it does seem to be happening down that end of the court. But I'm sure players can work that out for themselves.
Yes.
Contact in defence, goal third.
And Jamie Lee Price back in the thick of the action. Involved in a nasty clash yesterday with Northern Ireland captain Caroline O'Hanlon. But the good news for O'Hanlon is she's been cleared to play.
Yeah, she was checked by the team doctors as well as the World Netball Championship medical team, and all said she was fine. And I'm sure she was raring to play today.
Well, yeah, these are when the games really start to count.
In the goal third, obstruction, where you are.
A doctor herself, so do you think she gave herself a self-assessment?
I think she probably gave herself 100%. Zimbabwe add one more. So Jenny's been impressive since she came on. 3 from 3.
Yeah. And a turnover here from Zimbabwe.
And look, that's shades of Bassett years ago. I remember when she first came on, her hands were a bit questionable. Recent years, absolutely not.
Contact centre, penalty
So
pass.
it's interesting just seeing a few mishandling incidents today.
Yeah.
Advantage
Do you think maybe
contact
some of the
wing
calls
defence.
she's received starting to play in her head?
Could do, although she's been around.
Yeah, true. Third World Cup.
91 tests for Caitlin Bassett.
Fabulous shot there. But this is the hands we see. Just a little bit sloppy.
So 42-23, 4.5 minutes gone in the third quarter. This new shooting circle for Zimbabwe working nicely.
And we hear the crowd now lift. Great little bounce pass there. Kenyatta.
And that's from the captain, Siachatema.
Contact goal attack,
And
penalty
they
pass.
look to her, I think, for a lot of guidance.
Another attacking contact called on Tippett.
And if I was Australia, I'd perhaps be wanting to have a chat with the umpire just to clarify what he's seeing.
Nice there from Jamie Lee Price. Just riding that edge of the circle to get that intercept.
Contact
Just stemming
goalkeeper.
this flow of Zimbabwe. We see her watch this ball and stay off going into the circle.
Oh, Weston.
Oh, Bawani, they're ready to pull in the scraps.
Oh, this game's come alive. Watch this.
Weston tried, but Bawani was right
Contact
there.
goalkeeper, penalty pass. No, incorrectly taken for the free pass.
Oh no, incorrectly taken. She took it too quickly, so the umpires reversed the penalty.
Contact
Well,
goal
that's
defense, penalty pass.
extraordinary. So Terence Peart really having a say in this game. Have a look at this.
So deeming she hadn't set the penalty. A lovely layup. So it's incorrectly set up, so it reverses. Zimbabwe get the ball.
That's an interesting call. It looked as though she was back against, standing with the player who'd made the infringement. Hard to know what Gretel Tippett did wrong there.
Back in the fence.
Yeah.
Contact,
Baffling one,
goalkeeper,
that.
penalty pass. Forward.
Okay.
Oh, you've got to admire her though.
That was really good of her. She stopped, she looked at the umpire, she said here, and then took the penalty.
Yeah, well done, Gretel Tippett.
Footwork.
Yes, and I think that one might have been correct actually.
That was
Just got a foot muddled, and the crowd really having a bit of a go here. I think that, ironically, that call I think was correct.
It was, her feet were really quick.
Contact, wing attack, penalty pass.
So
As we watch her. Yeah, it seemed to land on the back foot, stepped on the front, and then moved her back
Throw in
foot.
Australia.
well, a little bit of everything in this third quarter. We're halfway through it, 44-26.
Instruction, shooter,
Australia
on court,
leading
penalty.
Zimbabwe.
They've started well in this third quarter. 8 goals scored compared to Australia's 5.
Hadley waiting, goes back, uses Weston at the back. Wow, Zimbabwe everywhere.
Contact, goalkeeper,
Kawemba there,
penalty pass.
getting that tip on the ball.
Contact, goal defense.
Oh, Kwanga just taking a flying swipe. So there's the penalty count. Both countries relatively even overall.
Contact center.
Yeah, 39 for Zimbabwe, as we saw just there, and 35 for Australia.
Contact shooter.
Great from Bruce, good rebounding position.
Yeah, Courtney Bruce has had a good game. Interesting to see how long Alexander leaves this combination out here. She has made a couple of changes, but the defensive
Advantage,
and
obstruction,
shooting
wing defense.
pairing she has left for now. Oh, and here's a problem for Karumi.
Oh, yeah.
So the goalkeeper for Zimbabwe, well, she was limping.
But
Oh, she looks good now.
Yeah, but she's still hopping on that foot, though.
Advantage offside,
But
wing
she's
defense.
ready when that ball was
Yes.
there.
Contact first, yes.
Oh, that's a sign of a real
Offside,
competitor.
Yeah,
Second.
she does look in
Contact
pain.
first. Contact first. Contact first. Contact,
Just
wing
off
attack,
camera
penalty
to the
pass.
left.
Terence Peart, a very experienced netball umpire, has been around in World Netball for a long time. There you can see
Advantage,
Rudo
moving
Karumi.
off, wing attack.
There doesn't appear to be any movement on the Zimbabwe bench, but that was movement of a different kind from Maladi stepping. Kelsey Brown
Obstruction,
on the edge of the
advantage offside,
circle.
wing defense.
Had a great game yesterday. MVP performance against Northern Ireland. So just watch the goalkeeper here. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, you can see it just twisting there as she got caught on Bassett's foot. That would be
Ball
sore.
goal defense, center court.
8-8 so far in this third quarter. Zimbabwe hanging on to the diamonds. Oh, great dodge.
Love that.
Wanali.
On the baseline, Bruce back to the ball. Really made good use of that positioning.
Quickly, goalkeeper.
22-year-old, the goal attack. What is that, Bruce there? Oh, now here's the change. So, a big cheer. And there is Karumi. Well, she's done a good job today, really. And it's a big fall for
Obstruction,
Bassett.
advantage.
And I think Bassett signalling to the bench.
Yeah, she got sandwiched there. Oh, she's signaling to the ball girl to get a towel.
Yeah,
just to mop up the floor.
just to the left of your screen. Bassett doing a bit of housekeeping. All done. Very wise from the Australian
Contact,
captain.
hold, goal defense. Yes.
Australia now brought it back 9 apiece. Sorry, 10-9. This one makes it 11-9 for this quarter.
That's Charlene Makusha now on at goalkeep.
Advantage, obstruction, centre.
Last few moments of the third quarter, 50-27.
Contact on attack, advantage offside.
The skipper, oh, I love her feeding.
Really, really accurate, on point, and Bawani celebrates that pass. She just waits for her to run that
Advantage,
baseline
obstruction, wing
behind
defense.
Western.
62
Contact.
caps today for Perpetua
Contact, wing defense.
Chatema. That's easier passage for the Australians.
I like that little half roll there from Jani, just to make Bruce move and then free herself up.
They don't appear to be daunted, do they, Zimbabwe? Oh, Makusha slipped. Now she's back up, but only in time to catch the ball as it goes through the goal.
Yeah, they're not daunted at all. They're playing with such confidence, fearlessness. As you said at the start, they've got nothing to lose.
On the big leap again, Buonali, and finished beautifully.
Lovely. Even with that close mark, she'd stepped in the 3 foot, so Bruce could put her hands up straight in front of her. She was still able to score. Makusha getting that intercept.
Now, what can they do with it, Zimbabwe? At the moment, they're going backwards. Now, good work, Australia. Now they break out, well, but not too far.
No, just into that centre third, and Western. Oh, but she can't get it to her teammate. But we got...
That's a nice view down on court 1 here at the M&S Bank Arena in Liverpool. And as we've said already, Australia in no danger in this game. But it's play like that from Sharon Buonali. They know what they want to do and they do it.
They do. And hitting 13 in this quarter with 42 seconds to go. A great shooting partnership.
Contact, goal defense, penalty pass. Contact, goalkeeper, both players. Hold it, yes, back.
And there's this view as we look down on both courts here at the arena. On the other court, I can tell you Northern Ireland leading Sri Lanka 34-25. And I'm sure that is a game Northern Ireland would have targeted.
Just 3 seconds left outside of the circle, so they won't have an opportunity to put a shot up.
Well, Australia deny Zimbabwe any more goals in this third quarter. It was a close one though, but overall it's Australia leading Zimbabwe 54-31. Paige Hadley waiting patiently for the beginning of this fourth quarter. Tippett, well, she's been in the wars in this game, hasn't she? Trying to do little tricky-dicky penalties, which I thought were quite clever, but not to the liking of the umpire. And now we're ready for the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter underway. The Diamonds in possession.
Interesting to see no changes being made. They're running with the same.
Contact on the fence. Go the fence.
A call against
Stay
Kwangwa.
back. Stay back. Yes.
Nice pass there from Gretel Tippett.
I'll let you at home decide.
Barney's break. Go attack.
Winali.
She's come on really well, hasn't she?
She has the second half shooting circle that Lloyd Makumbi has put out has worked better today, perhaps, than that one yesterday, who enjoyed an easier passage, I suppose, against Sri Lanka, certainly, than this team.
Indeed, and Brali scoring again, making that 6 from 6. 100%.
Barney's not on side. Go the fence. Barney's obstruction. Go the fence.
Yeah, nice little feed there, the top of the circle.
Get off the
Here's the quarter by quarters, and you can see what a good third quarter for Zimbabwe that third one was.
Yeah, and it's really telling to show their centre pass to goal grew from 34% to 43%. Australia's went down from 72% to 67%.
Now a nice ball from Tippett.
Contact goalkeeper. That's late. Goalkeeper.
Nakusha called for the contact.
Beside her. Beside.
That might have been obstruction.
Barney's goal.
Whichever. Penalty shot for Australia. 57-32. Nice stretch from Kelsey Brown. Of course, Kelsey Brown following in the footsteps of her sister, Maddie Robinson.
Nakusha moving from goal defence to goalkeeper, just getting the caution for persistent contact.
Advantage early entry, goal defense.
Well, we all know what that can lead to. And certainly, Stella Oyella does, the Uganda centre, who got sent to the sideline for the rest of the game yesterday when they played England.
She did indeed. After a 2-minute suspension, she came back on and then was sent off again. Oh, fabulous intercept.
But I think it's good to see that umpiring, because the rules are there for a reason,
Yes.
and if they're not used, then players think, okay, I can get away with anything.
Yeah, and it's good that it starts early, set the tone.
Barney's contact. Barney's obstruction. Obstruction goalkeeper. That's Barney's goal.
Good shuffle shot there. Here we see Bruce again with those hands. How good is she? Sitting on 7 intercepts now.
Obstruction goal defense.
That's
wing
massive.
defense.
And you just have to wonder if that might be an MVP performance.
Goalkeeper, get your distance right.
And you could hear, or you may have been able to hear there, the umpire just telling the goalkeeper for
Contact, goal defense.
Zimbabwe,
penalty pass.
Charlie Makusha, to get her distance right. Oh, again, here she goes.
You can't fall on the ball, goal defense.
She hits the deck.
Bang.
That's how fierce and competitive she is. Look at that, she comes out for the ball, but she can't keep hold of it. She tries to
Can't fall on the ball
regather it
to
again
gain
and
possession.
hits
Free
the
pass,
deck.
Zimbabwe.
And that's quite a tangle with Patricia Moladi.
Full time. Hello. Okay.
Is this perhaps a blood call?
Okay.
Center.
So when it's a blood call, it becomes umpire's time and she has a chance to get it stemmed.
Wing attack. Wing attack.
Go off wing attack.
Wing attack. You have to go.
So yes, one of these little rules of netball, she has to step off.
Goal defense. Goal defense. Yes. You're out. Yes. Fall on the ball to gain possession.
Attack.
Oh, little bit of confusion all round, I think.
Yes.
And in amongst it all, Brunelli adds one more for Zimbabwe.
Please, wing attack, go off
So
the board.
Zimbabwe have the
Wing
option
attack.
now to
You
bring on
need to
another
go.
wing
You have to
attack in
go.
this time while they're trying to fix her and stem the bleeding, but they've chosen just to remove her and play with 6.
Oh, that's a beautiful ball into Gretel Tippett.
Barney's back on attack.
So there are all these rules and regulations out there as to what to do. So whether it's an injury or a blood or a whatever else it might be.
Contact goal defense.
Oh, hard luck, Joe Weston.
Contact goalkeeper. Push. Penalty
She's had
pass.
3
Goal
intercepts
defense, goalkeeper,
today.
both players.
And still no sign. Oh yes, in fact here
You may
on
go.
the sideline.
She's able to come on now.
Throw in.
Oh, an error there. So Zimbabwe restored to 7 players.
Saya Tichema back on again.
Being chased all the way by Jamie Lee Price. There she goes, the skipper. Pass and cut.
Throw in.
Again, Bruce getting a hand to that ball.
Oh, tricky.
Look at Bruce, intercepts 7, rebounds 3. She's been on fire this game.
You can see Joe Weston winding up for the big one-hand pass down court.
Barney's offside.
In the end, threw it a bit closer to home. Wonderful from Makusha.
Barney's offside. Contact centre.
Nice timing. Tippett adds one more, 62-34.
Yeah, it was a shame to see Karome go off court in that third after that ankle injury.
Oh, easy pickings for Tippett. Bassett applauds. Tough game for the Australian sort of team in a way. If you're the coaches, what do you take from this?
Barney's obstruction centre.
You have to take that they've fought their way through. As we said earlier, Zimbabwe is a different style of play. The first time in the World Cup, Australia wouldn't have played them
Keeper, obstruction.
much before, if at all. So it's
Keeper,
learning to adapt
keeper.
to different styles, which is what
Hold
they
on.
need to do throughout this
Keeper,
competition.
You're delaying play, you're not positioning quickly.
And I guess from a
It's
spectator's
caution.
point of view, this is
Not
what
that
makes it
right,
so fascinating.
Yeah, indeed. And it's good. I think Lisa Lanajans has also kept a pretty similar team on this court. They've had the opportunities, especially in the 2 ends, to play together.
Centre Zimbabwe.
Now here's a change for Zimbabwe in the centre bib. So Patricia Malordi, she's had pretty much the run of play.
Yeah, 13 feeds into the circle.
And coming in Ndayezave Madzakungva. Oh, straight through. Must have just nicked an Australian finger.
Contact shooter.
So consistent with the shooting contact tools. And Jani getting pinged there.
Contact wing attack.
Kelsey Brown down the other end on an attacking contact.
Oh, that was a nice piece of speed from Brunelli, not needed.
Again, another, foot did go out of court, but missed by the umpire.
Well, I think it would have been very hard for him to have seen that. He was way on the other side.
Definitely. And
So-
Bruce did that with confidence.
Yeah.
Goalkeeper advantage.
She deserves a little bit of luck. Courtney Bruce, look at this.
Just going over the line, that left foot.
Easy pickup for Makusha.
Only 3 misses in this game for Bassett.
Throw in.
Here's Mazikangawa. Tough time so far on court for the new centre.
Advantage contact.
Pretty experienced player. This is test number 46. Or in fact, 47.
So she'll be looking to get a 50th cap in this competition.
Instruction, goal defense,
How much
penalty
do
pass.
coaches take notice of that, the cap business? I was thinking of Pauline Janney. You know, there she is, goal shoot for Zimbabwe, and you come on and you get your 50th against Australia. Does that register? Do you think?
Yeah, it definitely does. It's such a momentous occasion. I remember I got mine in the Commonwealth Games in Delhi. So you feel it, you know it's there, it's coming, your teammates are all hyped for you, but then once the whistle goes, you forget about it and you just play.
Oh, Buonali, probably the first mistake she's made since she's been on the court, letting that ball go.
A bit of butterfingers there, not quite able to grab it in, and she claps her hands, she knows she messed up.
And actually, even if she had regathered it, would that have been 2 bats and a catch?
It depends, did she have control of it?
Well, that's the $64 million question, isn't it? So Claire Ferguson, Elisa Alexander, Megan Anderson, the coaching troika for the Diamonds. Of course, always aware that they wear a very large
Obstruction,
target on
wing
their back.
defense, penalty pass, send the third. Send the third.
Oh, nice dodge from Siachatema.
This pairing of Bomani and Jani, really formidable, haven't they? They've really stepped up. Yes, they've only scored 4 this quarter so far.
Contact, goal defense, penalty pass, goal third.
Just over 4 minutes remaining in this game.
Incorrectly taken, free
69-35.
pass, goal third.
Another incorrectly set penalty, this time Zimbabwe. Bassett has been a shooting machine, 52 goals.
That was loose from Australia. You get the feeling the Diamonds just want this game done with.
Yes.
Advantage contact, goal defense.
There she is again. Bruce,
Outside,
that
throw in.
woman.
Yeah, she's been all over it, hasn't she? But not just like on the overheads for the back and up intercepts, but also running the ground, coming forward, getting those tips.
And she must be delighted actually just to be here. When you think back to I think it was the very first game of the Suncorp competition in Australia. She went up, had a huge fall, flat on the deck. And I think badly bruised her elbow, which sounds nothing much, but I think it was really something.
Yeah, and the team really missed her.
Absolutely.
Contact,
She's
goal
their captain.
defense.
She is their
Time.
driving force from the back, Courtney Bruce. Only 25. $70-37.
Goalkeeper contact. Throw in Australia.
Oh, nicely taken.
Coming
Yes.
up high.
The skipper.
Contact.
Bruce again, getting a tip on it. Being taken in by Jamie Lee Price.
Contact. That's intentional centre.
Better feed there from Brown.
And there's a little word of warning for Madzi Kangawa. There she is feeding the ball at this end.
Bruce.
And then she got a warning at the other end. Well, not a warning, just a caution. And that was smart by Bruce. She pulled out.
Yeah, very smart. She did enough to getting the head, but then she pulled out.
Contact, obstruction wing attack. Varnish obstruction wing defense.
Oh, well done. Wangwa.
Varnish obstruction goal attack.
Bruce again.
Contact, goal attack, penalty pass.
And a bullet pass. Greta Tippett just able to pull it in.
Varnish obstruction wing defense.
Well, a little bit of festival play here in the dying moments of this game from the Diamonds. Let's have a look at this.
Advantage early entry, wing attack.
And you can hear the chant from the crowd. Zimbabwe.
Hold tight. Centre, that's a caution for persistent contact. It's a caution.
That will be the final act of this first game on court one here on day 2 of the Netball World Cup. Australia too strong for Zimbabwe, 73-37. But my word, they have been given something to think about. 73-37.
Thank you.
Well, nice touches here. Standing ovation from the Australian supporters. Smiles now between these players, but I think from an Australian point of view, they'll be glad it's over.
Yes, they will indeed. It was they rode it out, still hitting 73 on the board. That's a good work out there. Greta Tippett and Caitlin Bassett, they worked in a good partnership. They developed it. They will need that as they go through this competition. But Courtney Bruce, how phenomenal was she?
Absolutely. Here's the Australian huddle. Oh, they have plenty to talk about from that game. Lisa Alexander in there, and I'm sure she will have plenty to say. And of course, too, Zimbabwe. Look, they will not be ashamed of their performance, and neither they should be.
No, at all. I think both shooting combinations came on well. The defensive pressure that they had, Kangwenga, goal defense, Karume, how she started, but then went off with that ankle injury. Even at 5'2", she was still putting pressure on that attacking circle for Australia. They played with flair. Who else would I really love? Nduva, she was really good. And Muladi in centre. She controlled that centre position and she just ran and ran and ran.
So there are the Zimbabwe side. Well, they'll be ticking that one off to say, well, we have played the world champions and were not disgraced. Let's have a look at some of the numbers.
Yeah. 81 shots on goal Australia had. They were just relentless throughout this game. 90% shooting, phenomenal. Intercepts, mainly by Bruce, 15 there in total. 7 for Zimbabwe. They didn't sit off. They still attacked this game. And the rebounds as well for Australia, I thought was pretty cool. The penalty count, 52 to 57. That's pretty high for a netball game. I think the umpire whistle came in a lot, but it was also the physicality that was there. But they tried to control the game and keep the momentum flowing.
And in the end, fairly balanced too. So I think in the end, it was a very good one. Now, this is where things lie on this Group A table. So Australia, unsurprisingly, at the top, and Zimbabwe from their 2 points yesterday. Now let's go down to Gail Davis, because she has with her the player of the match.
Thanks very much. I'm alongside Caitlin Bassett. And Caitlin, you certainly know that you've been in a bit of a test match after that one, don't you?
Yeah, it was a good physical struggle out there, which is going to prepare us well for later rounds. And obviously their crowd is very vocal and behind them, which is great practice as well.
How tough is it to adapt to such a different style? You don't often face African teams, do you, apart from at the major tournaments?
Yeah, definitely. Never matched up against any of them before, and I think you could tell it was a bit scratchy at times. Hard to tell where to place the ball because they were very good in the air and had very good reach. So we got there in the end. I was really happy with the defence in the last quarter. I think we tightened up a lot.
As a captain, what are you saying in situations like that? Because you just don't want to get drawn into the way they're playing the game, do you?
Yeah, exactly. It's about controlling what we can. When we have the ball in our hand, we just need to make sure we keep possession. So we did a lot better in the back half of the game, I think. But yeah, we wasted a bit ball early.
And just finally for you, another 60 under your belt, you know, feeling your way into this World Cup?
Yeah, good. Warming up there. I'm definitely sweaty. No, it was great. Had some great feeding from, obviously, Paige Hadley out there as well as Kelsey Brown and Lizzie Watson. So nice to get different feeder styles that I don't get back at home very often.
Well played today, Caitlin. Many congratulations. Nelson, come and join us. I think you might have won a few more fans out there today.
Yeah, most definitely we did.
How did you assess your side's performance? Because you asked questions of Australia, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I can say that we played good netball, considering that we were playing the world champions. It was actually a learning process to us. Next time, if given another chance, we'll do much better.
And just finally, a word on your defensive duo, your goalkeeper and goal defence. They work so well together for ladies that perhaps aren't the tallest.
I think if we had a little bit of height, we could have played better, but then we have to do with what we have. But I would want to say congratulations to the duo. They played very well.
Thanks very much for your time, Lloyd. Lisa Alexander, come and join us. Wow, were you expecting quite a match like that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, Zimbabwe beat Sri Lanka by 30 goals yesterday, so I was assuming it was going to be a tough game.
And what was your assessment of the way that your players adapt to what was in front of them? Because it's tough. You don't often meet players that play in that style.
Yeah, no, it was obviously African style, which, you know, doesn't always suit our pace. But I thought we worked through the moments in the quarters quite well. Our third quarter obviously wasn't as good, but, you know, they came out well in that last quarter. Just a bit of composure, I think, a bit more composure on attack and making sure we get those scores through.
And how good is it to have such a stiff challenge where you are asking questions mentally and physically in the early stages of this tournament?
Yeah, well, part of our strategy is to make sure that we give players 4 quarters and get that under their belt and their concentration and, you know, getting used to that. So I think, you know, we learnt a lot from that today and we'll take it into the next game.
Well played today, Lisa. Thank you.
Thank you.